everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for joining me for this practice. This one is going to be slightly more intermediate in that we're going to have fewer kind of breakdowns of postures. This one basically is one that a flow that I just made up and did myself, and I really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd come on and film it, and hopefully you will enjoy it as well. So in terms of sequencing, it's going to be a little bit quicker, a bit of a flowy flow. But yeah, hopefully you really like it as well. So grabbing any props that you might want to use today, we're going to get straight into it because it's quite a short practice. And we're going to start in child's pose today, if that feels comfortable for you. So take your time. When you're ready, I'll come to meet you towards the back of your mat. Okay, so I'm going to get started in a wide leg child's pose today. If you prefer narrow variation or any other starting posture, please do go for it. But if you are coming into your child's pose, walking the hands down, maybe resting the forehead on a block, on a cushion, or towards the mat. Firstly, let's just take a little shimmy from side to side, hips and shoulders. And then when you're ready, settling into stillness. As we arrive on our mat today, start to draw your attention to the breath, to slowing down. Start to just try and bring a little bit more awareness into the body. Start to feel that breath as it expands in the chest, in the belly. Allow it to fill the body up. And then with the exhale, see if you can have that sensation of the body just melting down, relaxing. As we begin our practice, notice how we're feeling today, physically, mentally, spiritually, what's going on for you as you come to your mat. Is there anything you want to achieve through this practice? We come here with no expectations, but have you got an intention today? Is there anyone you would like to dedicate the practice to? Maybe you would just like to come here today and just move and breathe. Whatever the reason, we'll keep coming back to it, and we just take moments to try and ground ourselves, to try and allow ourselves to step back into the present. Modern life tends to draw us away from as much as it can, as much as possible. We come here to draw ourselves back to this moment, to be here. Okay, when you are ready, nice and slowly, making your way forward. Roll up through the spine. Come onto the hands. Come bring the knees slightly narrower. But we're going to continue walking the hands forward. So you still want the knees a little bit wider than they would be in tabletop. And we're just going to move forwards and backwards. So you're going to inhale forward. And then exhale, take it back. Inhale forward. Maybe a little bend in the elbows and a drop of the hips. Exhale, take it back. Couple more there. So really roll through the spine as we come forward. Option to lift the feet and really lengthen the chest. Exhale back. Two more there. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Just moving with your range of movement today, wherever feels good to go to. And exhale back. Inhale, come to that neutral position. Knees underneath the hips, tuck the toes under, lift the chest, and then exhale, making your way into your first downward facing dog. Take what you need, so maybe a pedal of the feet. It's early on in the practice for a downward facing dog, so maybe the hamstrings, the calves, the wrists, the ankles need a little bit extra attention. Take your time, go there now, do whatever feels good. Maybe giving the wrists, the arms a little shake out. And then once you are ready, start to ease yourself towards stillness. And we're going to go for 3 spinal waves here. So inhale, roll the body forward. Exhale, little bend in the elbows, bend the knees, wave it back. 2 more there. Inhale, forward, chin stays tucked, then head lifts. Exhale, look forward, bend elbows, bend knees. Last one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. This time arriving back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come high onto the toes. Exhale, soften the knees. A few steps or a jump, top of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. 3 more there. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, soften. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale this time all the way to standing. Soften through the knees. Roll up through the spine. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, coming into your Tadasana. So hands through center. Hands either side of the body. Palms forward. Option to take a moment to close the eyes. Rooting down through all 4 corners of the feet. Take a moment to breathe, to pause. Feel activity through the quads, through the glutes. A little bit of engagement through Mula Bandha or pelvic floor. Lengthen through the spine, a roll back of the shoulders. Elongate through the neck. Soften into the face. Bring it back to this moment. When you're ready, opening the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale there. And then inhale, you're going to draw the right leg into the chest. Keep your drishti, your gaze forward, focus maybe slightly down. Find anything you can to fix your gaze on to try and help with this balance. Engage through the left glute, the left quad. 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to step that right leg out. So take the right leg to the side, goddess pose. So sweep it all the way back and then step. Turning the toes out, the heels in. Oh, nearly fell over. Bringing the hands to heart center. Come into your goddess. Find that squat position. You might want to keep hands at heart center. You might want to bring hands towards the knees and just take a little shimmy from side to side. Easing into that inner hip space. When you're ready, come into stillness, either hands at heart center or arms lifted. Really squeeze the glutes, open into the front of the hips. Breathe, maybe eyes closed. Last breath, you might be shaking. Inhale, straighten through the legs, reach the arms up. As you exhale, start to turn towards the back of your mat. So turn the left toes in, turn the right toes to face the back of your mat, and then swivel the chest to face the back of your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, high lunge towards the back. So you might need to shuffle that left foot back a little bit. Lengthen through the upper body. Squeeze through the inner thighs. Maybe that gaze is slightly up. You could even lean back a little bit there. Take 1 last breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands down so you're still facing the back of your mat. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, option to straighten to a vinyasa or wild thing. So right toes behind and lift the right arm up again. It's quite early in the practice, so if you feel like it's a little bit too much right now, then just move through a vinyasa or take a rest. 1 last breath. And then as you inhale, we're going to lift that right leg. See if you can step it back to the back of your mat. So however we can get there. Look forward, sweep that right arm forward. We're going to try and come back into a standing balance, standing onto the right leg and hugging that left knee into the chest this time. Little roll back of the shoulders, a little bit of engagement through the right glute, the right quad. The core is probably switched on right about now. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Again, find your drishti. Breathe in. And then exhale, that left foot swivels around and steps out. This time our prasarita padottanasana. So we turn the toes in, the heels out. Hands either come towards the hips or wherever feels more comfortable for you. Take a big roll back of the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, soften and fold. You can keep hands on hips. You could bring hands towards the mat. If there's any particular variation of your prasarita that you're working on at the moment, maybe hands to peace fingers to big toes. Maybe if you already have a headstand practice and you would like to go up into headstand, you're more than welcome. Do what feels good. Do what feels right in this present moment. And we let go of attachment to what we might have done before. Really try and tune into the body and see if it can take you where it naturally wants to go. But as always, if we are breathing well, if we are listening to ourselves, we are in the right place. Last few breaths, if you have come up into your headstand, making your way down. And then everybody, let's meet in a halfway lift. Inhale. Hands come back to the hips. Exhale. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, turn it back to the front of the mat. So you're going to turn the left toes to face the back. Again, reach the arms up as we pivot on that back foot. So left toes facing the front of the mat, I hope you're still with me. We're back facing the front, left foot is forward. If you're not, just move, flow and move. Maybe lengthening through the spine, push through the back heel, hold it there. One last big breath in. And then this time, exhale, plant the hands down. We're going to take it through a vinyasa. So sweep that left leg back. Option, take a three-leg plank. 3-point plank, so one leg plank. Lift the chest, breathe in. Exhale, send it back. Big breath in. And let it go. Okay, we're going to do that again on the other side. So when you are ready, inhale high onto the toes. Exhale, knees soften. Step, hop or jump. Front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften and fold. Again, let's go for those 3 more waves. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. You could take the arms back this time if that feels good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way to standing. Nice and slow. Reach the arms up at the top. Okay, right foot stays down this time. We lift the left leg. So pull that left knee into the chest. And again, see if you can switch on the glute. So squeeze through the right leg, right quad, right glute, little kind of tilt of the pelvis. And then lengthen through the spine. If we wobble, we give it another go. Last breath. And then slowly start to rotate to the left this time. So sweep that left leg all the way out. Step it back, goddess. Toes point out, heels point in. Bring the palms together, breathe in. Exhale, sink into your goddess pose. So same option, you can take a little movement from side to side. I'm just going to face you for this one because I'm going to give you another option here. You can stay where you are, or if there is space, you could reach the arms forward and take this movement from side to side. You could bring the hands to a block. You could kind of be like halfway. And again, wherever you are in your goddess pose, making sure that we are breathing. Option to close the eyes. Okay. Next time you breathe in, let's all begin to make our way up to straight leg standing. Reach the arms up. Exhale, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes to face the back of the mat, pivot the chest. Start to bend into left leg as we come onto the right toes, high lunge. So slightly shorter high lunge. Lift and lengthen through the chest. You can have a soft bend in the back leg. And again, maybe we take a little lean back as we squeeze through the glutes or squeeze through the inner thighs. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale, taking the hands down. Again, option for wild thing. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Either vinyasa or step that left foot behind. Reach the left arm up. Open through the chest. You could always take it in to full wheel through your wild things as well. Breathe deeply. Remembering, as always, just because we can do a posture doesn't mean you have to. So really feel what feels good right now. Last breath. And then looking down towards the mat, lift the left leg. Can we step that left foot back to the back of the mat? Look forward, sweep that left arm forward. We're going to try and come into a balance on the left foot and bring the right leg back into the chest. So squeeze again, lift and lengthen, shoulders drop from the ears. Deep breaths. Last big breath in. As you breathe out, take that right leg out to the side, step it back to the front, Prasarita Padasana one more time. So toes point in, heels point out. Yep, that's right. I'm going to face you again for another option. Take a big breath in, roll the shoulders back. Exhale to fold. Option, any variation of your forward fold. Or we're going to take the right hand, so you might want to walk the feet in ever so slightly for this one. Right hand towards the left, either the outside of the calf or the ankle, and then left hand to the right. Take an inhale to lengthen through the chest, and then as you exhale, see if you can start to twist so the head is underneath that left shoulder. So you're twisting to the left. Try and keep length. You can always have a soft bend in the knees as well. Last breath. If you went for that twist, come back to neutral, keep the hands where they are. We're just going to switch. So keep the left hand where it is. Take the right arm out from under and then pop the right hand on top. Breathe in. And then twist to the right. So we should be twisting the other way now. Last breath. And unravel. Everybody, next time you breathe in, halfway lift. Hands come to the hips as we exhale. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, left foot points back to the front of the mat and we pivot the right toes in. Inhale, turn the chest to face the front, come onto the right toes. Lift and lengthen, shoulders away from the ears, maybe that little back bend. Breathe. Take an inhale to lengthen through the chest. Exhale, plant the hands down, Vinyasa or downward dog. You could take that single leg as well, so you can keep left leg lifted. As we move through the Vinyasa, lift the chest. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's take a big releasing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. One more big breath in. And release. Next time you inhale, come high onto the toes. Exhale, knees soften, a step, a hop or a jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, chest lifts halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. This time, can you bring that right leg straight up with you? We're going to flow one more time, a little bit quicker. Right knee into chest, breathe in. Exhale, take that right leg out, finding that goddess pose. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale into your goddess. Inhale. Exhale, any arm variation you would like to in your goddess pose. Last time, I No, it's not. One more breath. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms back up. Start to pivot towards the back of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, lift the back heel, high lunge. Option this time, right arm can move all the way back as we lift. One last breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Sweep the right leg back. Option for wild thing as we step it behind, reach the right arm up. You could even have a go at hovering the right foot, squeeze into the glutes, breathe in. And then everybody look down, step the right foot towards the back of the mat, look forward. Can we come into that balance? So slide the left knee into the chest, lengthen up through the arms, take a breath. And then exhale, step the left foot back. Turn the toes in, the heels out, bring the hands to hips. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, chest lifts halfway. And exhale into that fold. Just one more breath here. Any variation you would like to of that prasarita. And then inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Exhale, pivot towards the front of the mat. Reach the arms up, lift the back heel, breathe in. Find in that high lunge, one breath. And then exhale, take the hands down, your vinyasa. However you would like to do that, or skip it. We come back to downward facing dog. One big releasing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, high onto the toes. We're almost there. Soften the knees. A step or a jump to the front of your mat. Lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale, as we start to roll all the way up. This time, can we bring the left leg with us? And then exhale, sweep that left leg around and back, coming into, this time, our final goddess pose. So again, any variation we would like to, you could reach the arms forward again. You could keep the hands on the hips. Just 2 more breaths this time. And then let's all come to meet by straightening the arms and the legs. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale to pivot towards the back of your mat. High lunge, inhale. Again, exhale, option this time, left hand towards the right thigh. If you would like it, reach the right arm up. Keep that bend through the left leg. Breathe in there. And then reach that left arm up to meet the right. And exhale, take it down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Wild thing, if you would like it, for the final time. Again, option would be to hover the right foot. Again, full wheel, whatever feels good in your body. Try and just go with wherever it wants to go. Last breath. And then look down, step the left foot to the back of the mat, look forward. Reach the right knee back into chest. Inhale. Exhale, take it out to the side. Final prasarita. Toes point in, heels point out. Inhale, so lengthen. Exhale to fold. So again, you've got that twisty variation that we did. Grabbing one hand. You might want to narrow the feet slightly for that one. Grabbing one hand to one calf. We'll just have a little play around with any variation that just feels nice. Last breath. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, all the way to standing, arms reach. Exhale, pivot to the front of the mat, lift the back heel. Inhale into that high lunge, stay for a breath. And then exhale, release the hands down, sweep that right leg back. Option 2, Vinyasa with that single leg. And we meet back in our downward facing dog. Big releasing breath here. Inhale. Let it go. Walking the feet in ever so slightly just before we bring it down. I'm going to offer you 5 bunny hops if you would like it. Of course, you're more than welcome to just sit down and have a nice little rest. If you would like the bunny hops, we come high onto the toes, looking between the thumbs, grip the mat with the fingertips. Inhale to really bend the knees, and then take a little jump. So it might be that the jumps are really little, that's absolutely fine. Working on this upper body strength. It's also cardio, it's hard. But also this, again, this mind-body connection. So find your tipping point or find the point, maybe do 5 of these or however many you would like to do. Of course, if you have handstand in your practice, more than welcome. I'm still working on it. And then when you have had enough, we're going to bring it to seated. So you can just drop the knees or look forward, sweep the legs through. And let's roll it all the way down. So bring the knees with you onto your back. Take a little rock from side to side. And then just bring the soles of your feet down to the mat. We're going to start off here as we come towards the end of the practice with bridge pose. And I'm going to give you another little option there as well. So everybody, when you're ready, hands by the sides. Let's just take a moment. I need to cool down from those bunny hops. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. And then start to lift the hips. So tilt the pelvis towards you, squeeze into the glutes and lift the hips into your bridge pose. Now, this may feel really good. You might want to come into a supported bridge as well. That's a nice option. Or you could have a go at kind of wiggling the arms underneath the lower back. You could come onto the toes and you could stay there if that feels good. You could have a go at lifting one leg. You could have a go at lifting both legs, straightening the legs, kind of playing again around with this like tipping point. Wherever we are, again, check in with the breath. And as you come down as well, try and land slowly with control. So if you have gone for that lift, maybe give it a few goes. You can split the legs. Then in your own time, let's all come to meet down on our backs. Give the wrists a little shake out if you did that lift, maybe a little roll from side to side. And then take the feet as wide as your mat and then just drop the knees from side to side, arms wide. We are going to come down to a short Savasana today, so if there's any finishing sequence that you absolutely love, please do go for that now. Take your time. Shavasana always, as we know, is the most important in terms of our asanas. So if you have time, please do take at least a couple of minutes here. Get really comfortable. Once you arrive, just wiggle through shoulders, eyes softly closed. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. And relax. For these final few moments, notice again what's happening in body, in mind, without judgment, without frustration. Just guide your attention back to your breath. That never-ending cycle of inhales and exhales. This incredible life force keeps us alive, keeps us moving. It's always with us whenever we need a moment throughout the day. We come back to stillness, come back to the breath. If you do have longer today, please stay in your Savasana. If you would like to move on with your day, start to find movement gentle through fingers and toes. Maybe that big full body stretch. In your own time, draw your knees into the chest. Keep the eyes closed as you gently rock forwards and backwards, or if you prefer, roll onto your side. Take it really slow though. There's no rush. When you are ready, we'll come to meet seated again. Eyes softly closed. Take a roll back through the shoulders. We bring the palms together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. We take a little bow of the head, a bow of thanks, of appreciation for this incredible practice, the practice of yoga that extends far beyond the shapes. This time that we have taken, and all the practitioners that came before us that allow us to be here today. And finally, we thank ourselves for showing up today, for prioritizing and nurturing this mind-body connection. When you are ready, opening the eyes. Thank you, everyone. Oh, that was a bit wobbly at the start, that one. I hope you enjoyed it. I really liked that one, the kind of fluidness, and also sometimes I get so hung up in teaching and practicing of these transitions and stuff, and sometimes, if we need to shift about, if we need to move, does not matter. If we fall, if we wobble, it's just about really getting into the moment, and I find, this kind of flow helps me do that. So I hope it did for you as well. Thank you again once more, and I really hope to see you again and practice with you again here very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.